मैं होशेस में करूँ.
Okay, so good evening all. We have a very good count of somewhere around 90 plus participants for today's session, and I'll just start with the factors related to the program, and we'll slowly understand the gist, and then we'll slowly get into the programs. So before starting with the session, I just wanted to make sure that my technical factors are very clear on terms. So if my audio and video is clear to you all, just type a yes in the chat box so that we can just confirm with the technical aspects. Is my audio and video clear? Can I get a yes in the chat box?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So yes, to start with the session, I am Nikhil Vyas. I am your facilitator for today's workshop. So as I mentioned in the group messages, I am interested to teach you as well as learn from you as well. So people who are new to Google Meeting, kindly make sure that you are muting yourself because it will disturb others as well. So make sure that you are muting your account. And most of it, this session will be an interactive session, okay, uh, where we are discussing through the chat box. So chat box will be the medium where we'll be completely discussing the aspects. This will not be a session with PPT. It is a no PPT session. Okay, so we just wanted to try something new in the safe workshops. So we are conducting this no PPT session. What is this no PPT session? Basically, there is no PPT or PowerPoint presentations during the workshop. It is a completely explanatory framework where we explain things, we come up with real life examples and things like that. So said that, I just wanted to understand where are you from and what are you doing. So what we can try to do is you can just mention your place and what you do, whether you are a student or a working professional, or say for instance, if you are from Chennai, just say Chennai student. If you are from Bangalore, just say Bangalore student. If you are from Mumbai, just say Mumbai and student. So we can also understand what type of audience do we have in the sessions. Yes. So can I make sure that you all are interactive? Make sure that you use the chat box widely. Okay, so that you will not also get bored of the session. You will also make sure that you are also contributing your factors related to it. And today we'll be discussing about the consumer psychology as a topic, and we'll take it from there. Can I get the answers in the chat box? Where you are from and what you do? Mumbai, student, Bangalore, working professional. Just say where you are from and just say whether you are a student or a working professional, so that I can also understand the crowd and slowly customize the session accordingly. Can you mention your answers in the chat box? Okay. Delhi, UP, Assam, Dehradun. Okay. Delhi. Okay. Gurgaon. Okay. Tamil Nadu, Kerala. Okay. Okay. That's great. I'm happy that the factors are, we have a very wide audience from different set of states, in different set of cities, and that's really good. So before starting with the session, I just wanted to introduce, or I just wanted to explain few things about the company itself, that is Chanakya Mental Health Services. So basically, Chanakya Mental Health Services is a startup, and we are located at Coimbatore in the state of Tamil Nadu. So we are a startup which has been focusing on different aspects. I'll try to show a small, a brief introduction about the company. I promise that this doesn't, go beyond 1 or 2 minutes, so that you will also understand what you have on the table as well. Okay, so I'll try to share the screen as well, and I'll just show you few images. This is not a presentation. This is just a few images about the factors we are doing currently. Yeah. So I hope my screen is visible now. Okay. So first, I'll just try to mention about the training vertical, which we have worked. So we have multiple verticals, and one of the verticals is the training and development vertical, where we have conducted 60 plus psychology workshops in the past 1 year, and 12,500 plus students and working professionals have attended our free workshops overall, pan India. And we also have conducted multiple paid courses and psychology internship programs. 300 plus students have successfully been certified through our internship programs, and also through our paid certificate courses. And this is something related with our training vertical. And to explain about our magazine vertical, we have a small a vertical called as a magazine vertical, and this is the factors related to it. That is, we publish a monthly mental health magazine, and as of now we have 2,000 plus readers every month. With our mental health magazine, we have readers from 10 plus countries like America, Singapore, Canada, and many other countries also. Okay, we have been successfully able to bring value through our magazine. It is basically an awareness magazine which completely explains about mental health, psychology in a simple way to make sure that people are able to understand. So these are the two sectors which we are working on, and the main sector which we are actually working on is we are developing an audio based platform. Okay, to be more precise, yeah. So we are a mental health startup which is focused on improving the mental health of children and working professionals. We have been located, as I mentioned, we have been located at Coimbatore and Tamil Nadu. So what we are doing exactly, we are actually building an audio based platform which provides preventive solutions for the mental health through stories, mental models, and brain exercises. Say for instance, most of the people you may have your siblings or your relative kids and people like that. And if I ask you a question that what do you do for the physical fitness of your children or your relative kid or something like that, everybody will say that they provide good food, fruits, vegetables, and things like that. But when we ask them what do we do for their mental fitness, most of them will say, or most of the answers of the parents is no, or they try to manage the answer, something like we send them for meditation classes and things like that. But the actual point is we aren't giving much importance to our children related with their mental health problems, similar to the way we focus on their physical health. We provide them good food, fruits, vegetables, and something like that, but we don't much focus on the mental health. And that is what we at Chanakya are trying to initiate. We are trying to build an audio based platform which provides mental health solutions through, say for instance, if we are if there is a kid who's studying in 10th standard, most of their biggest problem is exam fear or something. So we provide such kind of solutions about how to handle inferiority complex, how to handle your exam fears, how to reduce your exam stress, such kind of things like that. Okay, so this is, as I mentioned, a brief introduction about the company and what we are doing or what we are trying to build as well. So as I mentioned, I did not take much time. It was just a 2 minutes introduction for you to understand about the factors. So now We'll slowly get into the workshop, that is consumer psychology workshop. If you had seen the descriptions, when we mentioned the posters, also we mentioned that every single product which we buy have a psychological reason attached to it. Okay, we buy Dairy Milk or we buy Maggie noodles, we buy Mercedes Benz, whatever it is. So we always buy something or choose a product because of a psychological reason attached to it. And that is what basically today we are going to discuss. Okay. Now, we'll slowly get into the topic. The first concept which we are going to discuss about is buying behavior. Okay, I'll repeat the statement. The first topic which we are going to discuss is buying behavior. Why a particular consumer buys a product? Okay, why does a particular consumer or a customer buys a product? Before that, I'll try to explain you what is consumer and what is customer. Say for instance, if I buy a product, I am a customer. If I use that product, I am a consumer. This is the first understanding. You have to be very clear about the whole concepts. I'll repeat the statement. If you buy a product, you are a customer. If you use that product, you are a consumer. Now, I'll try to give you a very small example here. Okay. Say for instance, you are having a small kid in your house. Okay. You are buying, you are buying a chocolate for them. Okay. You are buying a chocolate for them, but you are not eating it. The kid is eating it. Okay. So you buy the chocolate for the kid in your house. You are becoming a customer, right? And you give it to your kid or to the kid in your house, and the kid consumes the product. That is here the chocolate. So a person who buys the product is a customer. A person who consumes the product is a consumer. Okay. Now I'll try to give you a relevant example. You can also, you can also focus on the relevant analogy and say me which is who is consumer here and who is customer here. Okay. Okay. Let me give you a small example of okay. Let's take this example where I am buying. Okay. Let's take an example that I am buying a watch. Okay. I am buying a watch for my girlfriend. Okay. I am buying a watch for my girlfriend, and it is a lady's strapped watch or something like that. Okay. Now, who am I? Am I a customer or a consumer? Can I get the answers in the chat box?
It's a customer.
Yeah, you can mention in the chat box. You can mention in the chat box. Just try to put your answers in the chat box. I am a customer, okay, and my girlfriend is a consumer, right? Okay, okay. Yeah. Simple. This is the basic, understanding about consumer psychology, because this is something like a foundational concept. Okay, fine. Now we'll slowly get into the buying behavior, as I mentioned earlier. Like we will be discussing about the buying behavior concepts by each topics. Okay, basically by each topics we'll be trying to mention this buying, what is buying behavior, how people are buying something based on the instincts and things like that. Okay, I'll try to post a particular statements, or I'll try to post factors. You can just try to understand it, and from there we'll take it further. Okay. So basically, in the buying behavior concept, we have 4 types. Okay, basically in the buying behavior concept, we have 4 type of buying behaviors. I'll try to mention those names in the chat box for your further understanding. 4 types of buying behavior. Okay, 4 types of buying behavior. And what is the first type here? So the first type is extended decision making. Extended decision making is the first buying behavior. Now, I'll try to give you a very relative example so that you can, easily understand the whole concept. What is extended decision making? This is the first type of buying behavior. We have, as I mentioned earlier, we have 4 types of buying behavior basically, and extended decision is the first type. Have you ever seen any of the person who just like that goes to a car showroom and buys a car? Just like that, going into a bike showroom and buying a bike, apart from the cinemas. Okay, apart from the cinemas and fantasy kind of cinemas, have you ever seen any person buying a car or a bike just like that, getting into a showroom and buying a bike or car in few minutes? Obviously no, right? Now let's say that if you are planning to buy a car, okay, if you are planning to buy a car, what are the things you will be doing? Can I get the answer in the chat box? I'll repeat the question. If you imagine that you are planning to buy a car, let's say like 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs or whatever it is. What are the things you will be doing after planning to buy a car? Can you mention your answers in the chat box? Selection of model, research online, okay, research options for the price. Yes, yeah. Everybody, all the 100 people can, mention your answers in the chat box. Finance, compare the prices, right? Space, features, models, okay. I'll choose accordingly. Compare, yeah. Budget, okay. Manage the money required, true. That's great. Price, compare models, okay. Budget, specs, right. Features, yeah. So basically, this is called as extended decision making. Okay, basically, this is called as extended decision making. That is a behavior where a customer makes sure that he has or he is taking a particular amount of time to decide whether to buy the product or not. Mostly extended decision making behavior is being used when we are buying expensive products. Okay, mostly extended decision making is used when we are buying expensive products, because only in expensive products you'll be very careful that, okay, I should not waste my money, I should be cautious about my money, I should make sure that I get the maximum of my money and things like that, right? And that is why extended decision making behavior is being represented mostly when we buy expensive products, a car, a bike, or a house, or any sort of gold jewelries or something like that, right? So this is the first one, that is extended decision making behavior. Now let's try to explain the next one, that is habitual buying behavior. Okay, I'll try to mention the name in the chat box for your understanding. Habitual buying behavior. So what is this habitual buying behavior? Basically, it is nothing but a routine of your purchase aspect. Okay, or it is basically your purchase routine. Okay, it is basically your purchase routine. Say for instance, before these all internets and social medias and Facebook, we had a product called as newspaper, right? Hope you remember it. Of course, still people are reading newspapers, but the count or the counts has been reduced. Is it true that the habitual buying behavior gives most profits? Yes, definitely. Sure, Shana. I'll try to address the queries in the upcoming factors. Yeah. So what is this buying behavior basically? If your product is being included in the day-to-day routine of a customer, the customer is not going to think much about buying your product. Your product may be a newspaper, okay, or your product may be a water bottle, okay, or any sort of products which make sure that the customer is buying it daily. Okay, the customer is buying it daily. The best example is you can take the newspaper aspect. Say, for instance, most of our fathers, or if you are being the person who's going to go for a walk or something, most of the time you will be, when you are returning back, you will be taking a newspaper and or buying a newspaper and coming back to the home. Here you don't ask much question, because you are being programmed in a way that every day I will buy only Indian Express, or I'll buy Hindu newspaper, or I'll buy the India Today newspaper, whatever it is. Right? Exactly. Coffee aspects, toothpaste, milk supplies, essentials. That's what I said in the simple term, that if your product is a product which is being included in the daily routine of a customer, the customer is not going to think much about buying you. That is called as habitual buying behavior. Now, we discussed about the two things. The first was extended decision making. The second was habitual buying behavior. Now, we'll also discuss about the limited decision buying behavior. Okay, I'll repeat the statement. It is something called as limited decision buying. Okay, limited decision buying. True. Cigarette, alcohol, addictive stuff. True. Limited decision buying. This is the third important buying behavior topic. Now, let me ask you a very simple question. Okay, you go to a hotel. Okay, you go to a hotel and you feel like drinking a juice. Okay, you feel like drinking a juice because it is very hot, the summer season and things like that, and you are very tired. You just wanted to drink any sort of fresh juice. Okay. Now you are asking the shopkeeper like what kind of juices you have, and the shopkeeper instead of saying a long listed menu, he's just saying these two menus. One is orange juice and the second is lemon juice. Okay, or let's make it, one is mango juice and the second is lemon juice. Okay. If you are a customer, which one will you choose? Can I get your answers in the chat box? You have two juices. Imagine I am your shopkeeper. You have come to my shop. You're asking me, okay, give me some fresh juices. I'm just providing you this. Mango and lemon. Everybody can, try to mention your answers in the chat box. See, this all is just about you contributing to the workshop. That's it. It's just a small factor so that you will be completely involved in the workshop. You don't get bored. You will be completely involved and it will be more interactive as well. Lemon or mango? Which juice you are going to choose? If I'm the shopkeeper, I'm just giving you these two options. Okay.
Mango.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody. Yeah, done. Great. What did I do now here? What did I do? I just gave you two options. That is two limited options, right? I did not give you multiple options. I gave you just two limited options. And I asked you to choose between these two things, either lemon juice or mango juice. This is limited buying decision. So if you had seen the famous product, that is Apple laptops, Apple computers, Apple mobile phones and things like that. The difference between companies like Samsung, Redmi and Apple is Apple makes sure that they are using this analogy called as limited decision buying. They don't produce n number of models in Apples. They just make sure that they have only one version every year. Apple 10, Apple 12, 14, whatever it is. Does Lamborghini come under this? Yeah, some sort of things. Okay, a few of the aspects you can say. You cannot say completely, but few aspects. Okay. So this is what Apple is doing. If you see Samsung is releasing a minimum of 10 kind of versions in a year. If you see Redmi or Vivo mobiles. You can see a minimum of 5 versions in a year. But if you see Apple, Apple is very key. Apple has been very focused. They are just releasing one version every year or every 2 years or something, like Apple 10, 12, 13, whatever it is. And what we are able to do here, since our buying factor itself is limited, since the product itself is limited, we are tend to choose from that. We are tend to choose from, okay, should I go for Apple 10 or 12 or 12 or 13, whatever it is. This is called as limited buying decision. Now, we discussed about the three aspects. Now, the fourth type of buying behavior. That's what we are, specifically going to decide now. The fourth type of buying behavior is nothing. Look, the fourth type of buying behavior is nothing but the variety-seeking buying behavior. I mentioned about the limited buying decisions. Now, I'll also mention about the variety. Okay, variety seeking. This is the fourth type of buying behavior. So, what is this variety seeking type of behavior? Imagine you are going to a textile shop. Okay, you are going to a textile shop, or you are going to any cloth centers, or you're just shopping. Okay, and you wanted to buy a white color shirt, a t-shirt, or a white color churidar, or a white color sari, whatever it is. Okay, you just wanted to buy a white color thing, a dress, a white color dress. Now, you are fixed with white colors, but you just wanted to explore what are the other designs in the same white color dress. I want a white color dress, but what are the other designs here? Okay, be clear. I'm not saying that you are deciding whether you wanted to buy white color, black color, brown color. I'm saying that you are fixed with white color, but you just wanted to explore the designs. Okay, you just wanted to explore the design. Now what you will do, you will ask the shopkeeper, can I get different designs in the same kind of dress? Can I get a different design? Can I get a shaded shirt, or a print faded shirt, or a cross check shirt, or something like that? Right? What I am asking here as a customer, I'm demanding the shopkeeper about, can I get varieties in the same factor? Now let's take a relevant example here, how companies are using this. If you see the latest, product which every people are trying to talk about is Ola scooters. Ola scooters, Ola electric scooters to be more precise. So everybody are, somewhere have a light or a slight fascination about Ola scooters or either whatever it is. And understanding this, Ola scooters just used this variety-seeking concept of consumer psychology. That is basically the buying behavior of a customer. What did they do? If I'm not wrong, they introduced somewhere around 4 to 5 colors of the same scooter. Okay, of the same scooter, they introduced somewhere around 4 to 5 colors. And I am a customer. I have fixed my mind that I am going to buy an electric scooter, that is Ola. But I just need variety of designs or variety of colors. Okay, I am a person who is interested in black color, who is also interested in white color and things like that. So what happens here? If a customer is expecting designs, okay, not the product. Okay, he is not deciding the product. He is expecting a variety of designs. That's why the whole name it is variety seeking. That is the fourth important buying behavior. Okay, we discussed about the 4 things, and this is the basic concept of consumer psychology. That is the first very important concept of consumer psychology. Okay. Now, if you wanted to choose any of your favorite from these 4 types of behavior, which type will you choose? Imagine you are having your own business, or you are having an online business, an e-commerce store or something like that. Okay. What kind of buying behavior will you choose to attract your customers? Shoot your answers in the chat box. Okay. Habitual buying behavior. Okay. Everybody. Variety, limited. Okay. Quality over quantity, so limited. Okay, okay. Variety seeking or limited. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Great, great. Now, I'll try to give you a small assignment or a very simple task. Okay. Imagine that you are going to launch your own, let's say, okay, you are going to launch your own t-shirt brand, okay, which attracts youngsters. Okay, you are going to launch your own t-shirt brand, which attracts youngsters. Now, in these four aspects, which will you use and why will you use that? Okay, in this four buying behavior psychological concept, which will you use to this customer and why will you use to that customer? This is the small task. Okay, imagine you are launching your own t-shirt brand, an online e-commerce t-shirt brand, something like a Soul Store or babercook.com, things like that. Which type of buying behavior which will you choose and why do you want to choose that? Think about your answer and post your answers in the chat box. Think about your answers and post your answers in the chat box. Limited decision as the customer won't pressure. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Limited because they are sticking with trends. Okay. Everybody, you can just try it out. Imagine that you are just building a random, a t-shirt brand of your own. What you wanted to. That's it. Okay, variety with more options. Okay, taking as a different people. Okay, okay. Variety. Okay, variety because variety attracts. Okay, okay. Limited but few varieties. Okay. More is merrier. Okay, okay. Yes, yes. I'm really happy that you people are coming with different sort of explanation. That's really nice. One more case. There are multiple types of youths. Okay, okay. Everyone has a different or unique taste. Variety seeking. Okay. Okay, okay, great, great. That's really good. See, I personally believe that only when you are trying to give your own inputs regarding the concepts or regarding the topics, things gets more attractive as well. Things gets more attractive and interactive. I personally believe that the biggest problem in our education system is we are being already been too much fed up with a lot of informations. We are already being forced with too much of informations, and that is the biggest problem in our education system. We are not allowed to think, but just to learn or to read or to store too much of information in our mind. Of course, Google has every information. So how come a human being can differentiate themselves from the Google or the AI or the others? And that is just by thinking. Okay, it's not a person who has n number of informations becomes stronger or becomes very intellectual. It's the person who has started to think about or starts thinking about whatever the information he has consisted of, right? So that's why I personally, say this, that always we are at Sanaka trying to, make you think. That is the whole objective of this session. The objective of this session is not to give you some sort of informations about consumer psychology. We are here to make you think. How to make you think? Just by asking you the right questions. That's what. It's very, very simple. How can I make you think? It's just by asking the right questions. So when we ask the right questions, you also start thinking about it. And when you start thinking, you start exploring about it and, things like this. So we have, somewhere around across 25 to 30 minutes of our session. And how is the session been now? Are you enjoying the session? Are you thinking that the session is somewhat useful to you? Are we able to provide value? If yes, can you show your love to our team who are been actually working behind this to coordinate this workshop with your favorite emojis? You can send any sort of any emojis to our coordinating to our training and development team who are been actually conducting this workshop and creating the group, initiating the registrations and all other things. Just send your favorite emoji and let that be a token of love to our team who are behind this. Okay, everybody, it's all about contributing to the ecosystem.
So, which method would you have chosen?
Yeah, I would always go with the limiting aspect where we create just a set of t-shirts with a higher product quality. If there are only 3 t-shirts, but all the 3 t-shirts are high quality, people are also going to come for that. Similar to the way Apple has it. That's my personal choice. Okay. Great. Okay. But wouldn't you need a lot of capital for that for high quality? Yes, definitely. We will be needing a lot of quality. But what we can try to do is, say for instance, if I'm creating a T-shirt brand, okay, instead of going with multiple colors or multiple designs or something like that, I'm just targeting, or I'm just making sure that who are my target audience. My target audience are youngsters. Let's say my target audience are psychology students. Okay, or let's say my target audience are engineers. Okay, or let's say my target audience are doctors. Let's take the example of psychology students itself. Okay, so if I'm taking the example of psychology students, I may try to reduce the number of t-shirts, just 2 t-shirts or 3 t-shirts. Say for instance, one t-shirt says that I'm a psychology student, I can't read minds. Okay, it may be a one t-shirt. I'm just giving a random on-spot fact. Okay, a t-shirt quoted like that. I'm a psychology student and I can't read minds. Okay, that is the one factor. The second is, I'm a psychology student and something like that. It just embracing the psychology student. Or if my target audience is clear and if my product quality is clear, even though there may be fluctuations in the capital, it will be little more easier for us to establish as a brand, and that may attract more more people basically. So this is the aspect here. Now we discussed about what is customer, We discussed about what is consumer. Okay. We are also discussed about the four types of decision, the buying behavior of the customers. Now, let's discuss about the next aspect that is related with cognitive dissonance. I'll try to mention it in the chat box so that it will also be easier for you as well. Okay, cognitive dissonance. This is the word. Okay, cognitive dissonance is the word. Okay. Can you guess from the name itself, or like even if it is wrong, it's totally fine. But can you guess what is cognitive dissonance in the chat box? Even if your answer is wrong, it's totally fine. Just try to you know just try to guess your answers. What is cognitive dissonance? Okay, related to thinking, perception of contradictory informations. Okay, okay. Malfunction in thinking. Okay, okay. Related to social psychology. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. When a person holds two beliefs that contradicts one another. Okay, okay, okay. Let me tell you, what is cognitive dissonance. Basically, from the customer point of view. Okay, this is the point which will be covering basically from the customer's point of view, not from the psychology point of view alone. Of course, whatever you people have said, that is true. That is basically cognitive dissonance. Now, let's try to address this from the customer's point of view. What is cognitive dissonance? Let's imagine that you are going to a restaurant. Okay, let's imagine that you are going to a restaurant, and uh, you know you are going to that restaurant and you ask the waiter what is the famous dish here, and the waiter says that biryani is the famous dish here. Okay, the waiter says that biryani is the famous dish here, and you say that okay, fine, can I have a plate of biryani? Okay, and the waiter also takes the order, and he has completed the process, he has billed the biryani and things like that. And now you are seeing that opposite to your table there is a person who is eating a shawarma. Okay, there is a person who is eating a shawarma, and you see that this particular person is actually enjoying his shawarma. Okay, it may be shawarma, it may be pizza, whatever. Now, as a customer, you have a slight confusion. Okay, should I change my order? Okay, should I change my order? Should I buy that shawarma because that person has been actually enjoying it? Or you may also have this, confusion. Should I cancel my biryani and should I order the pizza? Should I cancel my biryani or should I order the shawarma? You may also have this doubt that okay, can I have the biryani and again can I have a shawarma or a pizza or something like that? This is basically cognitive dissonance. That is, as a customer, I decide something and I start to buy it. But then, after purchasing it, I have a small confusion. Should I go to it or not? Should I go to it or not? Now let's take the same example of you. Okay, imagine that you are in this particular restaurant. Okay, you are buying a biryani and you see that someone is enjoying a shawarma near to you or a pizza near to you. What you will do? Can you say the answers in the chat box? Can you say the answers in the chat box? What you will be doing? Okay, you are that person. Okay, you ordered a biryani. The biryani is also built, and you see someone is enjoying a shawarma, and you also like to have shawarma. So, what you will be basically doing? Okay, ask to change, consider to change my order. Sometimes we change our decision by getting positive vibes from the other. Okay, okay, biryani, go with the biryani, ask to change. Okay, 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 you will buy both. Okay, okay, both. Okay, 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 great, great. Great, great. Okay. Now, let me say you a very simple analogy statement here. And from this analogy statement here, you will be completely able to relate with what is cognitive dissonance. I'm going to mention a particular e-commerce website, and let me check how many of you are able to, guess how companies are using this cognitive dissonance in the real life terms. Okay. Yeah, I have posted it. These are the companies which are actually using, cognitive disorders. Not only these companies, of course, every e-commerce companies are using this cognitive dissonance in their website or portals. How? Any guess? Come on, come on. Start thinking. Start thinking. Not the brands. How these companies are using cognitive dissonance as an element in their websites, comparing products. Okay, okay. Nice, nice. Come up with your answers. Come up with your answers. See, even if your answers are wrong, it's totally fine. We are here to make mistakes, learn from our mistakes. It's very simple. Okay. So even if you make mistakes, nobody is going to ask you. Nobody is going to say you why you made mistakes. It's all about trying something, right? Back brands, variety seeking behavior. Okay. Selecting one, giving 10 more products. Okay. Okay. You'll see the comparison and price. Great, great offers. How cognitive dissonance is used in e-commerce websites? This is the simple question. Varieties and offers. Okay. Butterflow. Okay. Okay. So many brands at one price. Okay. Okay. Let me give you the answer in the chat box so that you'll be able to relate it. Okay. There is something called as add to the cart, right? There is something called as add to the cart in every e-commerce website where we we buy something and we make sure that we are adding to the cart first, and then only then the factors is being processed to the next stage, that is paying the money and things like that. So what happens is, in an offline market, people always have multiple options to think about, right? In an offline market, people always have multiple options to think about and cross check and things like that. And e-commerce websites were actually failing in this aspect. So what did they do? They just introduced a small system called as add to the cart aspect. And what happened after that? So when people are in confusion, they will just add it in the cart. Okay, when people are in confusion, they'll be just adding it in the cart. What happened is e-commerce websites clearly understood that, okay, when the customer is in confusion, he is not able to buy anything, and after a point of time, he just leaves the website itself. Say for instance, if I am getting into Amazon to buy, let's say, a mobile phone, okay, I check multiple mobile phones and I actually get confused. What should I buy now? Should I buy this or should I buy that, and things like that. Now what happens? After getting frustrated, I leave the website itself. To solve this particular problem, they introduced this aspect called as adding to the cart. And once I start adding to the cart, anyways, it is going to be in my cart. Okay. Now you may think that, okay, adding to the cart is never going to help because I have added 10 products or 20 products in my cart already. Right. Now this is where the tricky concept of digital marketing or retargeting you in Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube comes. When you search something in Amazon and you either add to the cart or you just search and leave the website and you go to the Facebook, you'll definitely see that product in the advertisements. If you go to Instagram, you're definitely going to see the product in the advertisements. Yes? Has it happened to you? Can I get your answers in the chat box? Has it happened to you? You searched something in the Amazon, you left the website, and when you go to YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, it's been retargeted. Yes, happened many times. Okay, great. Definitely. This is basically the cognitive dissonance which is being implied, which is being applied or implied in the regular day-to-day life of a customer. Now we also, said that we also have understood what is buying decision. Basically, all these concepts as a compilation is represented as buying decision. Okay, the 4 types of buying behavior with the aspects of cognitive dissonance is basically represented as a buying decision. So buying decision is nothing but a customer decides to buy a product, goes to a shop or to an online store, chooses that product, either buys that or doesn't buy it. Buys that product based on these 4 types of behaviors, right? And if they did not buy, what happens? They are going to anyway use this cognitive dissonance, or if they are confused, cognitive dissonance comes inside. And they are also retargeted, things like that, right? This is a whole process, and this process is called as basically the buying decision, right from the customer decides to buy the product and until the product is being bought by the customer and he gets back to the home. It's a whole, series of events or a sequence of events. You can also say it as a series of events or a sequence of events. This is basically the, the buying decision of a customer. Does AI plays a major role? Definitely, it does plays a major role. You can also say other factors like the Google ads or the clicker ads kind of things, right? If you search what is Amazon ads, you'll get an idea about how we have been retargeted. Just search what is FB retargeting ads or what is retargeting ads. Just if you search it, you'll get more insights related to it. Okay. So said that, we have come to the conclusion of the session. We discussed about multiple things today. We discussed about consumer psychology as the topic. We discussed about who is a customer and who is a consumer. We discussed about the 4 types of buying behavior. We also discussed about the multiple brands using such kind of relevant elements in our day-to-day life. Now you would have had a very clear understanding about how we are being, tricked as a customer. How companies are using consumer psychology, in our day-to-day life to make sure that we are buying their products. Said that, this is just an additional information regarding the sessions. We will be focusing on the Q&A for the next 5 minutes. But before that, I just wanted to add you a small information that, I mentioned in the beginning of the session itself that we are being conducting psychology internship programs and certification courses and something like that. So the April month registrations are open for the students. We are being conducting 3 internships. One is industrial psychology internship. The second is clinical psychology internship. The third is, counseling psychology internship. So I am the facilitator for industrial psychology internship, where we discuss more such kind of topics. Basically consumer psychology is also a subtopic relevant to social psychology and industrial psychology. So I am conducting a 1-month industrial psychology internship programs. We will be, posting the more detail. I don't want to, give too much of stress related to the paid program. So I'm just giving you the gist of things. So if you are interested, if you felt that this session was useful to you, it will be similar to that. You will be also initiating a factor as well. So said that, we have also posted the feedback or the certificate form, not the feedback form. It is a certificate form where you will be filling your name and email ID and things like that. And we will make sure that your certificates are being processed maximum within 3 to 4 days. Okay. So these are the basic gist, and now we can start with the Q&A session. The Q&A session will go for the next 5 minutes. Whatever queries you have related with today's topics, which we had covered, I hope the session was very useful to you. Okay, so you can ask your queries related to the topics which we discussed, basically the consumer psychology related queries in the chat box. We will be addressing every single query for the next 4 to 5 minutes. Open to queries. You can type your queries in the chat box. I'll be happy to answer all your queries. Thank you. Thank you. Any queries? Any queries you wanted to ask? You can just type your queries in the chat box. We'll make sure that we will be addressing the queries and answering your questions. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, we do provide several. We do provide topics for the companies and enterprises specifically. How to enter into textile limited market with low capital. Okay. Sorry, Shaunav, I am not into business, so I don't want to give you wrong feedback or wrong guidance. So I'm just giving the question. Companies tie up with AI, then it will be useful. It's not like companies tying up with AI, but it's better to use such kind of AI. There are many data analytics and AI related products which, as a e-commerce store or as a company, can utilize. Okay, so that would be better. How do we connect or enroll for the consultation? Yeah. So yes, we'll try to mention the company's number, the support team's number basically. So you can just call in this number for any sort of queries. Okay, the psychologists work for corporates. Yes. So it basically depends on what sector which you wanted to go for. Say for instance, if you are focusing on the sector of related with training and development, or you wanted to go with the counseling session. Of course, there are multiple versions here. You can just first decide which you wanted to for. Do you want to go for in the human resource aspect, or in the marketing side, or in the typical counseling aspect? So you can decide accordingly. What is industrial psychology? Industrial psychology is nothing but how corporates and companies work, how the human resources is managed. Such kind of things is basically industrial psychology. That is how people behave in an organization, and what is the psychological reason behind it. How can companies make use of those things? That is basically the industrial psychology. Where will we get the certificate? Yeah, yes, Nikita. We'll be posting the certificate form in the group, as well as it is also posted in the chat box also. So you can you can fill that certificate form. Once you fill that form, you will be getting the certificates in 3 days. Okay. Okay. For human resource internship. Okay. Okay. Does college or university benefit from the consumer psychology? Definitely, Harsha, because even colleges, at the end of the day, college or university is also a business, right? Whether we accept it or not, it is a business. So they are also, they can also get benefits of the aspects. Say for instance, why IIT or IIM is being highly in demand. Check with the concept which we discussed today, and try to relate it with IIT and IIM, the JEE coaching institutes in the country. Why there is so much demand for that? Because demand has been created. Where's the certificate form? Yeah, we'll be posting it in the group, Alicia. The support team will be posting it in the group. It also posted it in the chat box. We'll also be posting it in the group as well. Any other queries? What does a psychologist have to do in the marketing for corporates? So basically, it's about, this is what I said, like the consumer psychology. If you're good in the consumer psychology aspect, you can be into the marketing team where you curate the marketing aspects, the strategies for the company to sell their products. Can a normal person benefit from consumer psychology when they want to, when they want others to accept their thoughts? Yes, of course. As a normal person, you can understand how you're being tricked, how companies are using psychology towards you. That's what personally a normal person can get benefited as well. Company uses an AI for their brand promotion, then will it affect the consumer and customer in a more effective way? Yeah, Naina, basically AI is nothing but AI is a factor. It just recognizes the pattern. Okay, say for instance, if every day at morning 8 o'clock I am going to buy vegetables, AI software will just recognize this pattern. Okay, this person is definitely going to buy vegetables at 8 o'clock. So what it will do, it will remind me at 8 o'clock, you have to go to buy vegetables. That's what AI basically do. It just reads the pattern and tries to give relevant data to the customer or as the consumer. So it depends on the products. So if how does the AI reads the pattern and how it is going to be beneficial for the organization. That's what basically AI is being represented here. Yeah. Any other queries? So sorry, I'm missing. You could see the chat box since there are many queries being posted. If I had missed any sort of queries or something, you can always get back to me. You can always get back to me regarding your queries or something. Okay. Or I have also mentioned the support team's number. The support team will also be helping you regarding your queries factors. Since we have a limited number of time and that the messages are also being keep on coming, I'm trying to maximum attend all the queries as well. Sure, Harsha. Sure, we are in discussions. We will be doing more such workshops. You can stay in the WhatsApp groups. We'll be keep on updating regarding our upcoming free workshops and paid programs and other things in the WhatsApp group itself. Okay. Hope my doubts were no doubts is no silly. Okay. Hope to join the workshops as well in future. Okay. Sure. Okay then. Thanks for the time, and we had a very good sort of audience. Somewhere around 70 to 100 students who were consistent throughout the last 1 hour. I'm also happy that